Welcome back to DG's Football, and today we have our first Raggae Boy match review. Today, this morning, Jamaica take on Serbia in a friendly match, and it ended 1-1 with goals from Andre Gray and Pavliovic from Serbia. It was an impressive game, I must say. The boys showed fight, and I was really impressed with Coach Whitmore because he too impressed me, because he was heavily criticized by myself and other Raggae Boy fans about his tactical game. And today he showed us that he is good in the tactical area. But when I first saw this team sheet and the starting 11, I was saying that why is there so many defenders on the pitch? And I did not understand it. I thought it was a 3 at the back. I did not know how to put this together, but initially he went with a 4-4-2 formation. He had Dennis Taylor in net, O'Neal Fisher at left back, Liam Moore, Wes Harding at centre back, and Amari Bell at right back. He had Damian Lowe on left wing, Adrian Mariappa, Speedy Williams, and Blair Tugat are the midfield 4, and Javon East and Andre Gray as the 2 strikers. Serbia did the same. They went with a 4-4-2 formation with Nikoc, sorry for mispronouncing his name, Petrovic, Kostic, Mitrovic, and Terzic, Gruvzic, Glodic, Ilic, Gruzic as the midfield 4. And the 2 strikers were Jovic and Jolivic. So sorry for badly mispronouncing these names, but both teams went with a 4-4-2 formation. But the guys played well, I must say. At the start of the game, they were pressing very aggressively, pressing high, trying to win the ball back early so they can, win the ball back and go on a swift counter. Now, we saw throughout the match where Mariappa was playing in midfield and Damian Lowe was on the left wing. He was playing left wing. He was a decoy in that role. He was kind of like a floating decoy where he'll try to, pull the oppositions out so that Mariappa would sit deep, so Javon Speedy Williams can join the attacking third. It was a really impressive game. I was really impressive with the defensive side of the game as well. We conceded 1 goal. That was a brilliant goal, I should say, from Pavliovic. It was a brilliant goal. But Wes Harding and Liam Moore, like these 2 guys, they put on a defensive masterstroke form. And these guys proved to us that they can do the job. And they did the job indeed. Liam Moore conceded a yellow card, but it was a really, really great performance from the team. Andre Gray, that was a brilliant goal from him. The angle at which he took the strike, I was not expecting it to go in, I must be honest. But when I saw it went in, I was like, wow, that was a really good goal. So throughout the game, we saw where Damian Lowe, he was clinical in us performing in the first half, I should say, where he was like playing a false winger, basically, if that's a thing. But he was the decoy, and Mariappa would sit deep. Blair Tugat will tuck in, and Speedy Williams would join the attacking third. And that was exactly what Coach Whitmore went with throughout the first half. But in the second half, Serbia made their changes and they adapted to this, and they started to keep possession of the ball, started moving the ball well, and they took advantage of Mariappa and Damian Lowe's inability to be technical on the ball, their on the ball inability. They took advantage of that and they started to overload our midfield. They started to be pinging triangles, all sort of that, and we were just we started to collapse in the latter stages of the game, and that is where I thought Coach Whitmore should have identified that problem and made the change. But unfortunately, he failed in that area. But overall, It was a solid performances. For me, I really judged this game. I saw that a few players here impressed me. A few players here show that they can do the job. And coming this Gold Cup, the other friendlies, I'll see who starts next, and I'll see if it's the same team or if we'll see Ravel Morrison starting in those games. But I'm just using these games to judge the players and see how they perform. Because if all these players perform very well in these friendlies, then Coach Whitmore will have a huge selection headache, and that is very good to have because players are performing well at a high standard, and you really like to see that. So once again, one goal to Jamaica, one goal to Serbia. I wasn't really expecting um much from the game. I wasn't expecting high hopes. I just watched the game just to see how the players perform. I was just watching the game to see how the players perform, and they performed well at the end. So credits to you guys, and I hope that the next coming fixtures, the players who might come in for the players who played today, I hope you guys perform well as well, and we can do the best in the Gold Cup. And let me know what are your thoughts on the game. I'll be getting to the player rating soon, but let me know what are your thoughts on the game. Who impressed you the most? For me, I think it was Wes Harding and Liam Moore. Those two, impressed me really, really well. We know that these two were performing in the for their clubs, but people were still doubting them, and they shut up a lot of doubters in that match this morning. So hats off to them. Now for me, I'm going to start with the keeper, Dennis Taylor. He didn't have much to do with Serbia, as I was saying that we were pressing so aggressively that they didn't take control of the game till the latter stages of it. So Dennis Taylor didn't have much to do, so I'll give him a 6. Left back O'Neal Fisher, I think he did a job there. He did a job. He didn't perform. He didn't perform highly, but he did not do anything stupid or nothing. He just put in a solid performance. So he, for one, I think deserves a 6 as well. Liam Moore, I think he deserves a 7. Wes Harding, 8. Amari Bell, I'll give him a 6 as well. Blair Tugart, I'll give him a 8. Speedy Williams, he was very lively in the first half. He was very, very lively. So I'll give him a 9. Mariappa, I'll give him a 7. He did his job. Damian Lowe, I'll give him a 7 as well. Both Mariappa and Damian Lowe did their jobs. Damian Lowe captained the team today. Javon East, he was doing his job. He was using his physicality so that Andre Gray. So we saw where Andre Gray was playing off Javon East. So East was getting physical with the centre backs while Gray could drop back, receive the ball, and go forward. So Javon East definitely gets a 7 from me. And Andre Gray, the goal scorer, he gets a 8. So my man of the match, some people might disagree. Some people go for Wes Harding, but my man of the match really is Javon Williams. He was really, really, really doing bits in that midfield position, and with it shows you that we really need upgrades because we need a CDM. You can imagine if we get Isaac Aiden or Louis Baker to come in and partner him, then we will see this team get being elevated some more. So once again, a great performance from these guys, and it wasn't a great performance from these guys, and I wish you guys all the best in the rest of friendlies to come. This has been your boy TG. If you're new, go down there, hit that like button, subscribe, make sure you subscribe, and most of all, guys, keep safe.